Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here with the implementation of my code, and plus we would be starting with the demo game first. So for the demo game, we have moved time for each pawn set to 2 seconds, as you can see over here, and the game timer is set to 2 minutes. So let's begin the game. Let's go and see what all places or the what all things are over here. So let's host a server. Server's name is A, and I guess we can refresh it and get the server for here, over here, and player name is B over here. You would join, and player name can be A over here. Okay, so we have player B and player A. So before we begin, let me make you understand what is the concept of timer we have or I have implemented over here. So the concept of timer being implemented over here is that as it was mentioned, according to we have set a new rule of the scoring. So according to that score, suppose someone wins before the 2 minutes timer. So he is declared as winner immediately because he got all his pawns into the house before the time. But if time ends, so at that point, what we are doing over here, over there is that we are going to get the winner according to the highest number of scores. Plus, if there are some cases of tie, so the tiebreaker is set as the number of captures for each player. The player with the highest capture is going to be the winner if the score is same. Now let's begin the game and let's see how it goes. So red is ready and blue is also ready. So timer is running. Let's see who would get the player first. So we can see that blue got its pawn out and it didn't get any point. Now it moved 3 steps, so it got 3 points. Because fresh points have zero score, they moved 0 steps. Now let's see what happens. A got 6 points, A got 10 points, B got till now it's got 8 points. Okay, we see a good progress in the game. Okay, so B got first strike and B is leading with 36 points. We see A attacking from behind and B trying to escape. We see as the timer gets less than 1 minute, so its color changes from blue to red. We have the time left as 45, 43, 42 seconds. Let's see what happens. A also got its first strike and it got 46 points. B is leading with 48 points. B is trying to run ahead, and sometimes A is going on the top and sometimes B is going on the top. Let's see who makes it. A can easily make points by hitting the red target from behind, but still red is leading. It's a very critical moment. 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. A is on the leaderboard. Oh, sorry, B is on the leaderboard, and B wins. So red has won. Anyways, good game. Now let's go to the implementation part. Uh, so let's begin with the models that I had changed. Uh, so going to the pawn first. Since we had to maintain a pawn score, so we have got the pawn score, type number default 0, and no further implementation. So any of the functions over here, now player. So player is having two extra stuffs as it was mentioned to add player score. So player score is added over here and captures is added over here. Okay, so change ready status. Update total score is actually made for the player where the room is passed and all the pawns with the particular color are picked out, and then the pawn score is updated, and this player score is set to 0, and all the pawns of the particular color are iterated and the score is added to it. Okay, if in case player gets some captures, so that is updated over here. So good. Let's go to the room part. Since we're discussing the part of the new scoring implementation, let's go with it first. So the flow can be better understood with help of the uh, I guess game handler. So game handler, whenever a pawn moves, uh, so we are going to check if it is a valid move, and then the new position of moved pawn is found out with the help of the pawn function, that is get the position after move. Now the new position is found out. Now we are going to change the position of pawn from A to B. So let's see what happens. Change the position of pawn. Change the position of pawn. Okay, so this is the function that is being implemented over here. We find the index of the pawn first, and then we check that if the new position is not equals to pawn's old position, that is pawn dot position. And if it is not equal, we can say that yeah, we can increment. If it is same, so why to add the steps function, right? Why to add the score to that pawn? Now, if it is a fresh pawn, suppose it is having the red, blue, green, and yellow, whatever color. Its starting positions are added in the array, and if it is having the new position, so we are not going to actually add a score to it. Else, in other cases, the pawn gets the roll number, that is the number of steps that he moves, and the position of the pawn is updated. After that, the pawn goes to the box to the new place. Now we need to check whether the pawn attacks some color or not. So for that session, we have some color. So this is the attacking pawn's color and the new position of the moved pawn. Now we are going to check the beat pawn function where I guess this is yeah beat the pawn position. So attacking pawn is actually the attacking pawn's color. Okay, that is the index of the or the ID of the attacking pawn. So he's going to get the score over there. If we have no attacking pawn, return false. But basically we do not need it. Can remove it or let's leave it over here. Now we have attacker index, the index of the attacker. So we can get the index of the attacker pawn so that we can change it and change the score by the help of index easily. Now let's iterate through each pawn. Okay, now if the pawn's color is equal to the attacking pawn, so it basically does not get its point. But if it is not equal, so we are going to call the pawn as a victim, and we get its index, and that pawn's score, the victim pawn score, is added to the attacker pawn score, and the position is sent to the base position. The pawn goes to home, goes back to home, and its score is set to 0. Now we need to increment the number of capture of the attacking player. So we find a player by help of its color, and then the attacking pawn's capture is incremented by 1. Now let's go to the next step. After it beats, we need to change the moving player. Change moving player. It's basically the same function. We had not added something new over here. We have only added this update all player scores so that all the players get their scores updated according to the pawns. And for all update all player score, we need to update each player score. So for each player, we are going to update its score. And this thing we have already seen in the players implementation, which we have seen earlier. And I guess we find the winner. If we find the winner, we are going to send the winner over here. Now let's see what happens whenever we are going to get the winner we are not going to get the winner before the timer ends. So for that, let's begin, or let's go by the implementation of the start game. Whenever the game is started, we can I guess we can find it over here. We need the game start time and the end time. So start time and the end time is defined with the help of the imports over here. You can see move time is imported, game timer and the update timer interval is imported from the constants. So that thing is basically set over here only. Two items are implemented: game start time and the game end time. And let's go to the I guess start game. Okay, so game start time is date dot now, and end time is start time plus game timer, because that is the time that we need to trigger that the game is going to end. Now we need the timeout manager. This dot game end by timer function is called whenever the timer reaches the particular point, and the move time for the moving pawn. So that's all. We are going to manage it. Now let's see the implementation of the end game by timer function. So whenever the end game by help of timer function is called, So winner's color is found out by the help of this winner's find winner by score function. Okay, I guess we need have the implementation over here. So we'll firstly update all the player score before finding the winner by score, and then the winner. This is our player. The we would take the zeroth index as the base. We start and we would declare him as a winner, and his score is the high score. Now let's compare it with the other players over there, starting from the index one to the end index. So that player score is found out, and if its score is higher than the current highest score, then we are going to say directly that highest score is a player score, and he is the winner. But if in case he is having the equal score, then we would check if the number of captures of that player is going to be greater than the winner capture, so he is declared as the winner. Now if in case his score is less, ah, we don't need to mention it. Now we have winner color, so that is returned as the winner by color. So that winner color is ended over here, and this end game function is called, and end game function is declared over here. Timeouts are cleared, roll number is null, set to null, next move time is set to null, and players move map now moving, current moving player is set to false, and the winner, this dot winner equals to the winner is found out, and this is saved. Now we need to send the winner to the front end. So we need to send winner requires sockets.emit, and the winner color is sent to the front end part, and that is received from the help of the sockets. So let's see the implementation of the front end next. Okay, so let's close all the terminals and go to the src folder, components, then the game board, I guess. Yeah, game board. So in the game board, we have imported scoreboard, and for the scoreboard, we have passed three uh, total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters. First is the player, all the players' data, current player, and the game start time, game end time, and whether the game has started or not. So whenever we fetch the data with help of socket on, the room data is sent. So we have we can continuously emit the data, room data, and sockets data. Whenever the socket is changed, player id is changed, room id or set roll number is changed. So these are the parameters on which the things are getting updated again and again. So we have game start time. The game start time is found by data.game start time and data.game end time, and the game started, and the player and the pawns data is fetched from here, and we pass the player's data to the scoreboard, and the moving player, game start time, game end time, and the started over there. We can basically remove the pawn. Why do we need it? Let's leave it now. Okay, so let's go to scoreboard implementation. So scoreboard receives the player's current player, start time, end time, and started. Current player. Okay, current player helps us to identify and highlight the current player, the timer with help of this game and time, and the remaining time equals set remaining time, whatever is there. Now we need to update the timer. For that we have used the update timer function on each second. Okay, now active players are filtered out whose name are not equal to this, as we have seen in the score game mode that extra players were added with help to fulfill the length of four players over here. Now let's move to the next part, that is to find the format of the timing with help of milliseconds, that is over here. And we need to sort the players and show it on the scoreboard, so as the scoreboard looks very much updated. Now warning sign is found out whenever the 60 seconds, or that is 1 minute, is left before the game ends, and that all stuffs are put in over here with help of various like current player status and other things are styled over here. And I used and this is the css implementation of it. Obviously I've used gpt to generate styles for it so that we can save time. So that's all for the part of implementation. I hope you liked my implementation, and I am ready to be interviewed by you if you like my implementation in the logic over here. So let's end